Right, good morning to my wonderful Year 2 law students. This is a quick recap on chapter 20 to do with contents of a contract. Now, I think the key thing you've got to remember, sorry, let's get the camera right. The key thing you've got to remember about contents of a contract is that there are two main types of terms in a contract. There are express terms, the terms you actually see physically in a written contract, but also there are implied terms. Now, implied terms are terms that are so vital in a contract that there is normally no need for both parties or the number of parties involved in the contract to mention them. Now, it's very important that when it comes to implied terms, you definitely revise the contents or the relevant sections of the Consumer Rights Act 2015. So section 9, satisfactory quality, section 10, fitness for purpose. Section 11 is an interesting one because it's to do with where goods have been purchased without the buyer seeing the goods. So typical examples will be buying goods online. So section 11 is vital. Now, once you've dealt with the rights under implied terms under the Consumer Rights Act 2015, you've also got to think about the remedies. So section 20, that's to do with short-term right to return goods and ask for a refund. The refund must be given in 14 days. Just watch here very carefully. And then after that, you've got section 23, the right to repair replacement, and then section 24, final right to reject and ask for a refund. When it comes to supply of goods and services, then definitely remember section 49 of the same act, the Consumer Rights Act 2015, and think about section 49, goods have to be, or services have to be completed to a reasonable good standard. So in other words, the party involved must carry out their job with reasonable care and skill. 52, the job has to be completed within a reasonable time, and then don't forget the remedies that you have under sections 55 and sections 56 of the Consumer Rights Act 2015. Now, so that's to do with express terms and implied terms. Don't forget, implied terms are added either by the common law, by custom, or by statute. So do remember the different ways in which implied terms are added into a contract. Right, so that aside, we move straight on to the other three types of terms, which again I have mentioned in the past. So think about conditions, a case of Poussard, Spires and Pond. Condition is a very important term, and I think once you've identified the type of term, the next thing is to remember the remedy available to the person who suffered loss or a disadvantage. So I think the key thing here is if a condition is broken, it allows the party affected to repudiate the whole contract. If it's not a condition but a warranty, and again do remember the clear difference between a condition and a warranty. A warranty is simply a less important term in a contract. So if a warranty is broken, I think the key thing to remember, I better stand this side because the sun's right. So if a warranty is broken, I think the key thing to remember is that the affected party can only ask for compensation or damages. And then the third type of term, I'm going to just stay here right now because otherwise I'll probably trip over myself. The third point is, or the third type of term is an intermediate or an innominate term. And an intermediate or innominate term is simply where the courts decide the nature of the term, and that's the case of Hong Kong Fair and Kawasaki. So the courts will decide whether it's a condition or a warranty. Right, so look at the timing. So just I'm going to try and get it under 5 minutes. So just a quick summary. Do remember the main types of terms in a contract. Think about express terms and implied terms. Examinable area will be implied terms, and especially the sections under the Consumer Rights Act 2015, but also under the common law, do remember conditions, warranties and intermediate terms. Right, I'm going to wrap things up here. Have a great Easter still, but please keep revising, and even though I'm on a holiday, you can still message me on Teams. Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye bye.